Hi, this is a quick video about how to use styles in Microsoft Word. If you're in any kind of profession where you use Word all the time, and maybe you used to use macros back in the day, this is a quick and easy way to format your document, and then you'll see the advantage in when things have to change last minute, okay? Check this out. Hopefully this is useful to you. Let's see here. So let me change the screen real quick. All right, so this is a Word document. I put some lorem ipsum text in here just to kind of give you a preview of where we're going. All right, here I have styles depicting the headings and several quotes and paragraphs. Now, where this becomes useful, let's say that I want to change the way that the quotes operate. What I can do is I can modify these quotes. I'm going to change the paragraph here. Okay, I want to make this justified, and I want to move this 1 inch in from the left and 1 inch in from the right, and we're going to click OK. We click OK. Notice that the quote changed both on top, right here, and also on the bottom. Okay, if I decide that I don't like the fact that it's in italics, I can do this, and I can update quote to match selection. Oops. Sorry. Update quote to match selection. Now this is no longer in italics. So by labeling my document with styles, I am able to control all of the document elements and make them the same. I've just changed this from blue to black. I want to make it bold now. Update to match selection. Now everything that's heading 2 looks the same. Okay. So now let's switch this up to Algerian, just to make it obvious. Update to match. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to copy this. We're going to start a new document because you're probably going to be starting from scratch. So here's all my blank, unformatted text. On a Word document, I'm going to click Home, and the styles are going to appear over here. Now, I can click this little tiny button here to pull it out on the side. I tend to do that just because it gives me access to other features like adding styles, looking for new styles, or an inspector, managing style, and also options, right? The basic style that applies to all document text is the normal style. So I'm going to format this document as if it's for a law school class that I'm attending. So I'm going to modify the style. We're going to go to Format Paragraph. Now, in our law school, everything has to be double spaced. All right. The alignment, it has to go to the left margin, to the right margin. It has to be left aligned. And we're going to click OK. The other thing here is generally the font is either Times New Roman or Courier New. So I'm going to scroll down here and make the font Courier New. Courier New, where are you? There you are. And our default font is 13. I can use 14 or I can type 13 in here manually. All right, I'm going to click OK. Okay, notice that the document switched to 2 pages. All of the text here is now Courier 2, including the heading text, because right now this is formatted as normal. Okay. I can change these by selecting heading. I'm going to select heading 2. I'm going to select heading 2, and all I'm doing is I'm selecting the text that I want to change, and then I'm checking the style box here, okay? If I click somewhere, notice how the box jumps up to normal again, and up here it jumps to normal. That is a way of determining what style is currently being applied. When I click on heading 2, it jumps to heading 2 and heading 2. Now, let's say that at the law school, they don't want blue headings, all right? So I'm going to modify this, heading 2. See how this is based off of normal? All the changes that I make to normal are going to apply to heading 2. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make changes to heading 2. Font. I want to change the color. And I want heading 2 to be size 14. And I want to be all caps. Okay. So now it's black. Heading 1. I'm going to modify that. This I want to be size 16. That's fine. Automatic. For the font here, let's make it all caps. Let's underline it with the double underline. Now this is not actually what the law school requires. I'm just showing you some of the things that is possible. In formatting documents, I also want to use quotes. So we're going to make this a quote, and I'm going to format this, modify. Now, one of the things that is required of quotes is that it be 1 inch indented from the left margin and 1 inch indented from the right margin, and justified, not centered, justified. Left aligned is also acceptable, although the professor seems to prefer justified, but either left aligned or justified should do the trick. And here we want to do single space. We're going to do like that. Now I don't want it to be italics, so what I can do also is I can just make the changes here in the document. So what else do I have to change about this? That's fine. How are the margins here between paragraphs? You know what? I kind of want some more space between paragraphs because it's not obvious that there's a new line here. Okay. If I click on this paragraph sign here, I can see where paragraph breaks are. In the old days, we used to put a blank line in between paragraphs. That is no longer required with styles. So in order to use styles appropriately, instead of using a blank line afterwards, we increase the amount of space that occurs between paragraphs. And that synthesizes the blank line. What this does is it helps simplify documents by removing unnecessary characters. In the old days, we had a lot of excess characters, and that's not required any longer. So things like double spaces after periods are no longer necessary. You'll notice that here there's only a single space after a period, but there's a larger space from this period to that N over to then between this M and this F right here. Because Microsoft Word is automatically spacing things for you so that they are appropriately formatted. And the idea is to minimize the amount of characters. And the other thing, so with styles, like I said, if the professor comes back at you or your boss comes back at you or you find out that you've misapplied something by the court, all you have to do is either make the change here. Let's say that we don't want to have the double underline anymore. I can either make the change here and click update, or I can click modify. I usually like to do modify. I want to change the font. Let's get rid of the underline style. Maybe they told us that it has to be the same size as everything else. We'll do 14, but they want it to be Times New Roman. Times New Roman, all right? And not all caps. So we're gonna click OK, and you see, boom. And now if I had other heading ones elsewhere in the document, they would all change to match that. All right, so that is the quick and easy way to do styles. The best way to learn is to experiment. Good luck to you. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me at Jared Clemence, JaredClemence, @gmail.com. Good luck to you.